Just say hi or hey.
What? I don't care.
All right. I'm not nervous.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm injured.
Why do I laugh like that? Ha 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 ha. All
Remember
right.
that one time you're like, hello, hello.
That was that done?
No, that's cute. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. I told you guys on Instagram I would do a 1 year later video with my husband. So he's here today and we're going to answer a lot of your questions. If you're new to my channel, a lot of people have found my channel through my wedding series. So I'm going to link that in the description box, and I basically show you guys how I did pretty much everything for my wedding, how I did like the place cards and the menus and decorating and all that stuff. So I will link that in the description box. And I think that's all, so let's get started.
Was there anything about the day you would change?
Is there anything you would change?
I don't think so. I think we had a pretty fun wedding. We had perfect weather. I think that was our one.
It was stressful only because it was like an outdoor wedding, so if there was rain, we didn't have a plan B, but it was like 75 and sunny and so pretty, so we got very lucky.
We did.
But I think that was like the most stressful part of like, what do we do if it rains? Like we had pretty much, we didn't have anything really.
We didn't have any weather problems at all.
So yeah.
It was pretty good. I mean, our food was great. Our DJ was fantastic. The tent went up perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty.
It was like surprising how smooth everything went. I feel like you always think like something has to go wrong, but I don't think we really had anything that went
and I think
wrong.
that's because you planned so far ahead and did everything.
I think you just have to have it like really organized, like exactly what's going on, write everything down, be really organized, and just like have a plan of how everything's supposed to work, and then you should be good.
What part of the day do you wish had more detail or more focus?
What do you think?
I think for you, having to do your own makeup, I know that was something you wanted to do, but do you think you would have been better off having that taken care of by someone else, or did you want to do that yourself?
I think I'm the kind of person, like I want to do everything pretty much on my own. Like I know exactly what I want, and I really don't know, I don't think I ask for help that often. So the day of, like so many people say how they won't see their husband or wife like on their wedding day until they're walking down the aisle. We got up at like 7 in the morning, probably even like 6:30 in the morning.
We did. And
like set everything up and just got everything ready so it was exactly how we wanted it. And I feel like we probably should have had people help us with that, because it was like running around like insane.
It was like, not a lot of people can afford a wedding planner, but I feel like if you could have somebody, just even if it's a family member, just to help you with those things.
I'm just so stubborn and I want to be like in full control of everything, so.
I think that's what most brides want to do too though, so this is probably a pretty common issue.
Yeah.
What are your tips on getting some great photos on the day with the help of friends and family?
So I would let your friends and family know way in advance that you want them to like help with that. I feel like if you just say to someone right after the ceremony, hey, take photos of this and that and this, and they aren't, you know, super serious about it, it's probably hard that way. Say something, you know, like a few weeks before so they have a heads up, and I feel like pretty much everyone, especially if it's your friends and family, are super excited to help you out and stuff like that.
Yep, I think so too, and I know that you did a Snapchat filter.
Oh yeah, Snapchat filter.
Just for our wedding, and that really got people excited about it, and I know we have a lot of memories saved via Snapchat. So what really matters about wedding planning? Like what you actually remember and what you're happy you did and what you think you could have gone without.
I don't feel like there's anything extra.
One thing I know I'm really happy we did was our drinks. I think we had the coolest bar set up. We just had a few people running the show as far as like waitresses and waiters and somebody cooking, but our bartender, we made it really easy on him by doing these giant mason
pre-made
jars
drinks
full of pre-made drinks. We did 3 different kinds. They had fun names, so everybody was really excited about drinking them. And we also had beer, but it was cool that people could come up and look at our chalkboard and pick one of our drinks. And I know a lot of people do that, like a bride's drink and a groom's drink, but we just did like 3 super fun ones. I think that was cool.
And since we've worked in the restaurant industry, I feel like we knew so much more about like the food and the alcohol and how all of those things, you know, like should work. For example, since we had 3 3 pre-made drinks, wine and beer and things like that. One of the things I was worried about was I did not want anyone standing in line. So having 3 pre-made drinks that were still, you know, like really, really good and high quality ingredients, and it just had to be topped off with ice and a straw, and
yep, it was
you know,
quick.
like
Everybody got their drinks fast and had a good time. We had past canapes, and I think that whole cocktail hour is really crucial because that's basically when people, you know, what am I trying to say? The whole cocktail hour is really crucial, and we made it quick and easy.
I feel like it would be kind of hard for people to have to go to a ceremony somewhere and then wait a couple hours and then, you know, have the reception somewhere else. I think that's super common, but I, for one, just felt like that was sort of like a hassle. So for us, it was all at the same place. And then for the cocktail hour, while everyone was having a cocktail hour, we were taking photos at that time, and then we came for the reception. So,
yep. So everybody got to relax. And what do you think you could have gone without?
I honestly feel like we were pretty smart about it. I feel like we saved on things that weren't super important, and then we spent on things that were, like for us, the food was super important. So we spent a lot on food, and then for the venue, we actually had the venue for, I think it was 4 days?
4 days, yep.
So that was kind of a long time, but it was also really nice for us since we had so much time there. I feel like it would be stressful if you only have something for, I don't know, like so many hours. I mean, for us, since we had, like, we brought I don't even know if I said that. We had an Airbnb, so we brought everything in, the tent, the tables, the chairs, obviously food, huge wine barrels, flowers, all of that stuff. We brought everything in. Yep. So I had like a floor plan, and it was like scaled. So I had the tent, and then I had everything underneath, and then we had everything come the day before. I also should mention that we had everything come one day before in the afternoon, so we could set everything up and kind of like slide it around and just see exactly how we wanted everything.
That was nice.
That was super nice. Yeah. So if you have that option, and I didn't pay extra for that either. I had everything like a few months before. I had everything, you know, like set to go and all planned out for everything we rented for the tables and chairs and all of that. And then like a week before or a few weeks before, I don't even remember, I asked them if we could have everything one day prior just so we could set up, and I didn't pay extra for any of that, which is really nice. So I recommend that for sure.
And I think that was nice because a lot of the vendors thought that being able to come a day before, you know, it actually took some stress off of them too, because they weren't overlapping each other. One could come, set up their things. Like we had farm tables from one vendor, they came and set them up, and then we had other people come and set up the tent, and just one by one, everybody was relaxed. What's your favorite memory from your first year as husband and wife?
What's yours?
I asked you first.
I don't know. Probably working on our house together. Like, I feel like we've done so many things.
We have.
And it's funny, like so many things frustrate us, frustrate one, and then the other person thinks it's funny, and I don't know, it's just like...
I think my favorite memory is just exploring the new city that we live in and taking day trips to the beach and, you know, just enjoying our life here. It's been pretty nice. Would you say the honeymoon phase is real?
What do you think? Why are you laughing? I mean, we've been together a long time. Like, we just realized yesterday.
It's been 6 years.
And we thought it was 5. When we were married, I think I was still 1 whole year off. We've been together 1 year longer than we thought.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. I don't think we really have a honeymoon phase. I mean, we've been together for so long that I look at our wedding as just being more of a celebration of the two of us being together and like sharing that with family.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that isn't really, I mean, I think you should be super happy with the person that you're with, of course, but...
I don't think we're very traditional in our methods of getting married right away and things like that. We really waited, and we've lived all over the country together and things like that, and we've traveled together, and I mean, you've been around my family for so long. And
we lived together for, what, like 4 years or something? Yeah. A long time, which, you know, for everyone, like, I don't think getting married is like, it's obviously important and it's great and all of that, but
sure. I know for a lot of people it's like the biggest time and the best time of your life. I think for us, we've had a lot of incredible times.
Yeah.
And getting married was just one of them. It wasn't probably like
the one,
but it was fantastic. Did you do a first look?
No, we didn't. And I mean, I feel like it was pretty hectic that whole day. Like there would have been no time for that.
There wasn't.
And I didn't want to, but thinking about it, I almost wish we did.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of a first look, so that wasn't even on my radar. I probably should have researched that a little bit more. Maybe you could have told me about it.
I didn't want
know
to
that was
though.
a thing.
And now I kind of feel like I should have, but we didn't have time for it anyway, so
no.
whatever, it's over.
I guess we may have answered this, but anyways. What is your favorite moment from your wedding? What was one thing you wish you did? Wait, that's 2. What was your favorite moment from your wedding?
Probably when everything was done, like the first dance was done, we cut the cake, throwing the bouquet, all that stuff was done, and it was just like fun time, I feel like. The
first time that we could actually relax that day, because getting married and weddings are just incredibly stressful. I don't know if everybody feels that, but for us, especially with you planning everything, it's stressful, it just is, but...
It's fun and it's amazing and all of that, but it is kind of stressful, like, okay, we have to do this, we have to do this, and this, and this, and this, and then once everything was done, it was just like... Yeah,
once we just could relax and kind of the focus was off us for a second.
Yeah.
That was like the best time. Okay, what did you do with your wedding dress?
It's hanging in the other bedroom.
Yep.
Haven't touched it.
Absolutely nothing.
I probably don't fit into it as well as I did.
What was one thing you wished you did?
What?
I would say one thing I'm happy I did was I made our wedding cake.
Oh yeah.
And I know that's a big expense for a lot of people, but I have pastry experience, so I made our wedding cake that day, and it was actually a huge hit. It was really fun.
It was really good.
It was funny. We baked it here at our house and then traveled up north with the cake and the frosting and then made it the day of.
Or like frosted it the day of.
Frosted it the day of and decorated it, and that was actually a big hit because everybody loved it and it didn't cost anything. So
yeah,
to save some money.
That saves a lot of money.
If you have somebody in your family that can make cakes, just do it, because at the end of the day, the cake is beautiful, but people at that point in the wedding don't really care, and they just want to eat cake maybe and then get back to the dance floor. So I think that's a big money saver. What's the hardest thing about being married? Why are we laughing?
What do you think is the hardest thing? I keep asking you because, like, I don't know.
Like we said before, being married to us isn't any different than it was dating. Being married is just like a stepping stone, I think. It is what it is. Now we're married, and I think it's been easier now because
it's done.
Yeah, it's done, and everything's in our name instead of just being in each of our names. You just have to, you know if you're gonna get along with somebody. And
I don't think it really should be hard.
Nothing should be hard, and if it is hard, then maybe
you should be
married.
I don't know.
Do you guys plan to wait, this grammar again.
Read it how it should be written.
Do you guys plan to wait a while to have kids?
Do you want to answer that or no?
I think we'll be ready sooner than later.
But not
too soon.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference and best part of having the title of husband and wife?
I think it's more, I mean, I don't feel like we feel any more secure because we've been together for so long. I really don't feel like it felt secure, but I think just like having important things, you know, like health insurance together and things like that, I feel like those things are more secure. Yeah, and I don't know if people treat you differently if you're a husband and wife as opposed to somebody dating, but I feel like everything is pretty much the same. Yeah. It's not like anybody respects you anymore for being husband and wife. It's just kind of something for the two of you to say that you did it, and then, you know, like I've said before, it's a stepping stone, and after that you can kind of just move on with your life. Okay. Any new recommendations? I mean, for me, like, I love Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest all day, every day, but that also isn't reality. It isn't real life, and there's people that spend, you know, like $30,000 on flowers, and that's definitely was not something we did. No way. That's not something a lot of people do. I feel like you have to be realistic about what your expectations, you know, should be, I guess, if that kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, and like you said before, if there's something you really, really want to be perfect, then spend the money there and try to save money elsewhere if you have a budget. Yeah, like there are so many ways to save. We did our own flowers, and I feel like it was still expensive, but it wasn't like it wasn't nearly thousands and thousands of dollars. Yep, we had a friend of a friend do our pictures for us, so if you have a family member or a friend that's into photography. I just think it's important to save on things that aren't that important to you and spend on things that are. Did you do bridesmaids? Did you? Why can't I read these? Did you do bridesmaids gifts? Did you do bridesmaids? Oh my god, okay. I'm getting hot. I know. after this one, it's done. Okay, you got it?
Did you do
Bridesmaids, just say the word like 3 times.
Bridesmaids. Okay, did you buy your bridesmaids gifts?
I did, and I have a whole video on that. It's almost like a haul video. I got them a tote bag with a bunch of things inside, so I will have a link for that down below, and I feel like it's fun. I love
spending money.
It was just fun to like see everyone excited about that, but at the same time, if it isn't something that is, you know, it's not possible for you to get,
or something like that, don't spend a lot of money on it. I think having something like a little memento is
exactly.
Cool.
Like, it doesn't have to be expensive and extravagant. It isn't, you know, it's just something to say thank you, so.
Yep, I think it was fun that you did pajamas for all the girls, because you had all your girls spend the night, and then you guys all got up and wore the same pajamas, and that was really fun for them. And
No,
I think
we didn't.
You guys all had the same pajamas.
Yeah, we had the same pajamas to take pictures in. We didn't spend the night together. So that's all for this video. I hope that you guys liked it. I'm going to have a link for the wedding series in the description box, and
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Without me.
Bye.